You're watching DX Recaps, the place where we break down movies fast, clear, and spoiler-packed. Whether you missed it, forgot it, or just want a quick refresh, we've got you covered. Let's get into the story. Over the years, strange things have often been discovered in China during various excavations, from bones that don't match any known creature, not even dinosaurs, to thousand-year-old bodies with skin and flesh still perfectly preserved. One scientist at the center of this mystery is Professor Yang Qilin, who, in 1978, creates Post 749 in the Kunlun Mountains, a special team whose only goal is to uncover the truth behind these baffling finds. By 1979, Hu Bayi is one of many soldiers working tirelessly on this excavation. The work is grueling and he often collapses from sheer exhaustion, but the professor's daughter, Yang Ping, is always there to help him stand back up and regain his strength. When Hu Bayi first met Yang Ping, he felt an instant connection, as if he'd known her forever. Their close bond sparks jealousy in Hu Bayi's friend, Kang Sun. After the team recovers yet another giant skull from some unknown beast, the cave suddenly starts to shake and then explodes, wiping out their entire camp. The soldiers, under Officer Han Jiuyang's command, ready their weapons to face an attack, but only Professor Yang and a few workers emerge from the cave. Though the explosion is a disaster, it does open up a new path deep inside the mountain. Professor Yang decides they must send a team in to investigate. Yang Ping immediately volunteers to help her father, which makes Hu Bayi volunteer too, and Kang Sun insists on going as well. Inside the cave, the team follows the new tunnel until they reach a massive chasm. They climb down carefully, noticing strange butterfly-like creatures fluttering around them. After descending to an icy platform with another abyss below, they climb even further until they discover a hidden cavern packed with bizarre fossils. After wandering for a while, they find an exit that leads them out to the other side of a completely different mountain. Here, Professor Yang tells Hu Bayi an old legend. Somewhere nearby is the gate to an ancient kingdom run by a top-secret government. Their conversation is cut short when the soldiers find something shocking, a huge paw print in the snow. While Han and his team secure the mountain's entrance with a door, Professor Yang and the others follow the trail of paw prints, hoping to find the creature responsible, but what they see first is not a giant beast, but those strange fluttering creatures from the cave. Looking closer, they realize these aren't butterflies at all, they're strange-looking bats. When one lands on a man's sleeve, nothing happens, but a soldier who grabs one with his bare hand pays dearly for it. He bursts into blue flames, burning to the bone in seconds. Panic sets in as more bats swarm around them. The soldiers open fire to drive the bats away, but several men are burned alive by the bats' eerie blue fire. The gunshots scare off the giant creature they were hunting, but the beast's sudden movement triggers a massive avalanche. The group flees downhill, but when they reach an abyss, they're trapped. With no other choice, they have to jump. Before they do, Professor Yang ties Hu Bayi and Yang Ping together with a rope. They leap, but the rope catches on a chunk of ice. After swaying back and forth, the friction cuts the rope and they plummet down. Even months later, while dozing on a train, Hu Bayi still can't understand how he survived that deadly fall, especially when so many others died, either by smashing into ice or being impaled. When Hu Bayi woke up at the bottom, only 4 people remained: himself, Professor Yang, Yang Ping, and Kang Sun. They gather what supplies they can and light torches to push deeper into the unknown. They eventually reach a huge cavern housing a towering structure surrounded by ruined buildings. Professor Yang calls it the Sacred Palace of Kunlun. Legend says the tower has 9 levels, each one sealing away demon creatures. It's what the professor has been searching for all along. He kneels in respect and lights a candle on an ancient altar. Suddenly, a tall flame shoots up, drawing in a swarm of bats that circle the tower, casting a red glow. Professor Yang believes Hu Bayi and Yang Ping together can unlock the tower's door, so he sends them forward. Holding hands they approach, and just as he predicted, the door opens. Light shines from the top of the tower as ghostly spirits fill the air. But everything vanishes when Kang Sun, afraid of unleashing something evil, blows out the candle. The cave starts to collapse, forcing the group to run as rocks crash down and the bats swarm after them. Kang Sun sacrifices himself, staying behind to draw the bats away. They attack him with their blue flames, and when his burning body explodes, it destroys a swarm of bats along with him. Even so, plenty of bats remain, chasing the last 3 survivors. They escape to a cliffside behind a waterfall, but there's nowhere else to go. The bats catch up, and as Hu Bayi fights them off with a torch, they ignite his shoulder. Yang Ping shoves him off the edge so the icy water below can put out the fire. Then she and her father jump too. Underwater, Hu Bayi finds Yang Ping, but a massive dinosaur-like creature suddenly appears, snatching Yang Ping in its jaws and dragging her away. Heartbroken, Hu Bayi swims to safety and trudges back to base through freezing cold. Back at camp, his burn wounds are treated. Officer Han tells him they've found the bodies of everyone except Yang Ping and Professor Yang. Hu Bayi is the sole survivor. Devastated, Hu Bayi decides to abandon the explorer's life and return home. On the train ride, he keeps imagining Kang's son sitting with him, only to be disappointed every time reality snaps back. When he gets off at a rural station, he's met by his new boss, Mr. Wang, neither of them knowing that Officer Han and scientist Chen Dong are searching for him. It's now 1982. Hu Bayi works in Mr. Wang's library, living a quiet life at last. One day, Mr. Wang invites him to lunch at a local restaurant, where Hu Bayi is stunned to see his old childhood friend, Wang Kaixuan, working there as an entertainer. Hu Bayi suspects Mr. Wang set this up on purpose. Back at the library, Hu Bayi discovers one of Professor Yang's old research books. Inside is an illustration of the Demon Tower. He realizes the professor always knew that he and Yang Ping were the key to opening it, and did everything possible to keep them safe and together. Meanwhile, back at post 749, the team finds a coffin containing a living woman who looks exactly like Yang Ping, but she calls herself Shirley. She seems to have mysterious powers she can't control, and no memory of ever being Yang Ping. For now, they keep her locked up under constant watch and treatment. Back in the library, Hu Bayi keeps receiving Professor Yang's books, each with pages specially marked for him. With Wang Kaixuan's help, he becomes obsessed with the legends, spending months studying them to uncover the truth. He learns that a humanoid race once existed, part demon, part human, whose ancestors came from Saturn. The tower was their legacy, built to imprison demons and protect humanity. 10,000 years ago, the Guardians vanished when humans finally broke free from the demons' rule. Still, there are questions Hu Bayi can't answer. Why were he and Yang Ping the only ones who could open the tower? Why did Professor Yang want it opened so badly? And who keeps sending him these books from the shadows? 3 years later, in 1985, Officer Han is stunned to hear that his team has found Professor Yang alive, hidden deep inside a cave in the mountains. At the same time, far away in West China, Oil City comes under attack by massive, mysterious beasts that destroy everything in their path, leaving only ruins behind. Professor Yang tells Han that these monsters are likely the consequence of opening the tower, so Han heads out to investigate the area himself. Meanwhile, this disturbance seems to awaken something in Hu Bayi. The old scar on his shoulder starts to ache constantly. When the pain grows unbearable, he goes to see a doctor. But this visit flags his name in the system and reveals his location to Officer Han. One afternoon, the pain in Hu Bayi's shoulder flares so violently that blue flames burst out across his back, and to his shock, every piece of furniture in the library rises into the air. Mr. Wang appears, surprisingly calm, and treats this display as perfectly normal. He explains that the bat attack from years ago contaminated Hu Bayi's blood with a demonic force. Now it grants him powers, but if he loses control, it could drag him into hell itself. Hu Bayi doesn't understand how Mr. Wang knows any of this. To prove it, Mr. Wang uses his own powers to transform the library into an ancient tomb. Revealing his true identity, he is the guardian of Prince Yi of the Su Lin nation. Within the tomb, there are spirits that protect the prince, including the spirit of Kang's son. Mr. Wang explains that Prince Yi was Hu Bai's predecessor, the first human leader who fought back against the technologically advanced demon race that once ruled Earth. Prince Yi sacrificed himself to seal the demon tower, forcing most demons to leave the planet, though a few stayed behind disguised as humans, even marrying and having families. Now the demons want Hu Bayi because, as Prince Yi's descendant, he's the only one who can open the tower and free them again. Back at post 749, Officer Han is furious when he hears that Professor Yang has vanished again, but his anger turns to hope when he receives unexpected news. Shirley has woken up and claims she remembers everything. She wants to find her father and she wants Hu Bayi to join her. Han travels to the library to convince Hu Bayi to return. But Hu Bayi refuses, haunted by all the death from their last mission. Still, the mention of Shirley changes everything. He misses Yang Ping so deeply that he can't ignore the chance she might still be alive. Mr. Wang warns him that going back is dangerous. If the demons capture him, they'll force him to open the tower. But Hu Bayi wants answers about how Yang Ping survived, and besides, beast spirits are now attacking the prince's tomb. Something must be done at the source. Hu Bayi leaves the library with Wang Kaixuan, who insists on helping. Together they travel north to meet the new team. Chen Dong, a woman named Cao Weiwei, a squad of soldiers, and Shirley herself. When Hu Bayi sees Shirley again, he breaks down in tears. But while she remembers his name, she is cold toward him and insists on being called Shirley, not Yang Ping. The team sets off through the desert on camels. For days, the journey is calm, until a sudden sandstorm strikes. They ride as fast as they can to escape the storm. They don't realize the storm stops chasing them only because they pass through an invisible force field, entering the ruins of Oil City. Once they reach a safe area and dismount, they realize they lost several men during the sandstorm, including Wang Kaixuan, who got separated. Kaixuan's group, stranded in the desert without camels, heads toward a well site they spot in the distance. But before they can reach it, a demon beast attacks them. The group scatters in panic. One soldier is killed, and the survivors reach the well site only to find a second demon waiting. This creature slaughters everyone except Wang Kaixuan and a single friend, who find a bicycle and pedal back to Oil City, where they reunite with the main team, who have found nothing but ruins and corpses. When Hu Bayi learns about the demons, he wants to leave immediately. He doesn't want another massacre like the one in the mountains. But Chen Dong and Shirley refuse to abandon the mission. There's no time to argue. The demons find them. The team grabs their weapons and shoots the first beast, believing they've killed it, then chase after the second. But when they turn back, the first monster has vanished. During the chaos, Shirley slips away and enters an abandoned school. Hu Bayi follows her and finds a grim scene: bodies hanging from the ceiling and a hole in the floor. He climbs down into an underground tunnel that leads him straight to the prince's tomb. There, a demon attacks and injures him. Just as it's about to finish him, Shirley appears and calms the creature, making it leave. She then uses her powers to lift Hu Bayi's unconscious body into the prince's coffin, sealing him inside before she disappears. Back in the city, more demons arrive. The team flees to the highest floors of buildings, firing silver bullets and rocket launchers from above. They manage to wound a few monsters, but most demons dodge the attacks and climb the buildings after them. Wei Wei escapes detection by pretending to be a mannequin, then rushes to hide inside a bus with Wang Kaixuan. Together they brace themselves as a demon pounds the vehicle from outside. Inside the coffin, Hu Bayi regains consciousness and panics, but then realizes something strange is happening. His wounds are closing and healing rapidly. Mr. Wang's spirit appears and tells him the coffin will help revive Prince Yi. Hu Bayi then drifts through darkness, until he's standing before the demon tower again. There, he finally learns what happened to Yang Ping. The beast that captured her dropped her into the sacred flame inside the cave. The fire burned her body, making it the perfect host for the demon queen's spirit to take over. Now Shirley, possessed by the queen, commands the beasts attacking the city. When the beast vanishes, Hu Bayi approaches the tower and speaks to the queen's spirit. He learns Yang Ping could open the tower because she too is a descendant. The queen refuses to surrender Yang Ping's body and warns that killing her would kill Yang Ping too. Hu Bayi vows to find another way. Amused, the queen sends him back to the city. There, he spots the demon attacking the bus and shoots it, freeing his friends. But he can't help Chen Dong, who is clinging to the edge of a roof. More demons close in on him, but Shirley intervenes, defending Hu Bayi because she still needs him alive to open the tower. She hurls a car at the demons, scattering them. Elsewhere, Chen Dong, about to fall to the demons, puts a gun to his own head to avoid being torn apart. But at that moment, Hu Bayi looks into Shirley's eyes and knows the truth. Yang Ping is gone forever. With heartbreak, he shoots Shirley 3 times. The demons instantly disintegrate and the tower begins to collapse. Accepting that only Hu Bayi could end this, Shirley kisses him before falling unconscious and transforming back into Yang Ping. Hu Bayi weeps over her body, but then Yang Ping awakens just long enough to say how happy she is to see him again. He carries her back to the prince's coffin, hoping it will heal her. He lies down beside her, pressing his forehead to hers. A vision floods his mind. He sees her memories. Yang Ping had powers since childhood. She could even bring back the dead. But her mother forbade her to use them. It wasn't until she saw her mother burn in blue fire that she realized her mother was descended from the demons who disguised themselves as humans. This is why Professor Yang spent his life researching the tower. He hoped to save his daughter from the fate that awaited her. Back in the cave, Yang Ping secretly used her powers to revive the whole team after their fatal fall. Before the vision fades, Yang Ping tells Hu Bayi she loves him and begs him not to stop searching for her father. Hu Bayi honors her wish. He leaves the desert with his surviving team, riding camels back into the endless sands, while a giant beast watches them from afar. And that's a wrap on today's recap. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a plot twist. Got a movie you want recapped? Drop it in the comments below. This is DX Recaps. See you in the next one.